Oh, well, that last song was from Bradley Simpson's new. As the lead singer of the Vamps, Bradley Simpson has enjoyed chart-topping success, and he's toured with Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift, and now he's back with new music of his own. Oh, well, that last song was from Bradley Simpson's new album, The Panic Years, and he joins me now. What have you got to panic about? What are you panicking about, Bradley?
Ups and downs, 20s.
Confess
you know what I mean?
it all
Confess
here.
it all. This is my time.
This is your time.
No, just kind of, I think I'd never really taken stock of the past 10 years. When I started the band when I was like 16, 17. And we've been touring since then, like non-stop. So I think it was more just a time to kind of reflect on the past 10 years.
So you're 30?
I'm 29.
You're 29.
Yeah,
so when
yeah.
30, is it that milestone thing?
Maybe. That wasn't even like a conscious thing, but I realised that, yeah, the album's kind of going to be done just before, and it's just come out this week, just before I turned 30, and it's kind of about my 20s. So it was like a nice like chapter closer.
Yeah.
Kind of like write about my 20s and then move into.
And it's interesting because you say you've been writing this album sort of, not quite consciously, but just sort of by osmosis over the last couple of years, and it's been songs that wouldn't quite necessarily work for the Vamps, so it sort of became your thing.
Yeah, it was like a kind of snowball effect, really, and we were taking a bit of time out. And then I didn't know if I wanted to write for other artists or just kind of like chill for a bit. But then I ended up writing these songs.
And do you want to address the rumours about the Vamps splitting up at this point, considering you're going your own way? Yeah. I mean, what's happening with the Vamps?
We're not splitting up, no. There's actually a song on the album called The Band's Not Breaking Up.
Okay.
But we're still best mates very much, and I'm sure at some point we will come back and do music.
Yeah, well, that would be great, wouldn't it? The Vamps, I mean, the success you've had with the Vamps is extraordinary, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's
and there's
child, boyhood, dream and beyond, isn't it?
Honestly, yeah. I always wanted to be in bands from being like 10, 11 years
really?
old. And they are like family at this point. They're my brothers, so.
And has it lived up to expectation? Does being famous, being in a band, being the lead singer and all these fans does it fully live up to the dream?
Yeah, there's a lot of like bucket list moments that I feel very lucky that I've had the opportunity to do, like playing the O2 and get to tour the world, and all these things are incredible. But I think it's always just like, I feel very lucky to be able to do what I would call like a hobby and a passion as a job. That's always my thing.
That is winning the lottery, isn't it?
Yeah,
really? That's winning the life lottery. And of course, you've toured with Taylor Swift, you've had Sabrina Carpenter. I mean, now, of course, Sabrina Carpenter's year, of course. I mean, she's been going for years. I think she was with you in 2017.
Yeah, so she...
And did you know then, you thought, she's going to hit the big
You could see, 100%, you could see it. I mean, it was like the work ethic from really early on. She was an amazing performer. She kind of knew what she wanted. And I think, like, everyone who was on that tour could see that she was destined for, like, really great things. But she's amazing, and the music's amazing this year as well.
Yeah, exactly. And tell us a bit, because I was interviewing Shane from Boyzone recently about their documentary about, being in a band and how, actually, all the dark side of it and how difficult that is. You say that you guys, because you and the band met naturally, didn't you? You weren't put together, essentially.
Yeah, we were like mates before.
And that has held you in good stead, I think, has it? To sort of withstand some of the toxic nature of the music industry. But you say you've seen it. You've seen it in friends. You've seen how it can affect their lives. Tell me a bit about that.
It's definitely around. Like, we were very fortunate, but I think there's a lot of coming into the music industry as a young artist. Like I say, I was 17, and you see a lot of young artists come in, and you're not educated in a lot of these things. Like, there's not like a course at school that you can take on how to manage the music industry when you step into it. So you're kind of coming into it very green and very wide-eyed, and I think it's very easy to potentially either fall in with the wrong crowd or have a team around you who maybe don't